presentation today. We'll move to item 3.01, request, consider and take action with respect to adopting a resolution providing for the review and tabulation of the sealed electronic bids received for the purchase of $10 million of general obligation school bonds, Series 2017, of parish-wide school district of the parish of Bossier, state of Louisiana, approving the official notice of bond sale and official statement in connection therewith, and authorizing the president and secretary of the parish school board of the parish of Bossier, state of Louisiana, to sign copies thereof as evidence of the approval thereof, presented by Jerry Osborne of Foley and Judell LLP.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you all for showing up. I know you all have busy lives. It's difficult to find time, but it's important that you encourage as many people as possible to bid on the bonds. It looks like you've been successful in doing so. Where we are is, at your last meeting that I attended, you adopted a resolution providing for the incurring of debt and issuance of $10 million of school bonds of the parish-wide school district. After that time, the notice of bond sale was run in your local paper. It was run in the Daily Journal of Commerce in New Orleans, and it was posted on Ideal, which all the bond dealers deal with, and also the preliminary official statement was made available electronically to everyone. Of course, in the notices that were in the paper, anybody that wanted to get a printed version can certainly get a printed version, but everyone who bids on bonds today likes to have the electronic one so they don't have all these books sitting on top of their desks. And you remember, this is like the plans and specs for a construction bid, only this is the plans and specs for a bond issue, plus a statement of your financial resources and the status of your school board. We call upon Mr. Rougeau and your assessor and your sheriff to help us in the providing us the information to put in here so you can make appropriate disclosure to the bidders on the bonds so they know what they're bidding on. So you can see these bids have come in electronically through Ideal, and they're up there on the board. In years past, we would not have, of course, it didn't used to be that we had any electronic bids. We had all physical bids. Pieces of paper came in and they were delivered here, so you would open up the envelopes and have a piece of paper and read them out. But nobody wants to take a trip here and have the added expense of making the trip when they can put it on there for free and with no expense. They would hate it if they ran their expenses up by another $100 and they lost their bid by $100. So the first act of the school board should be for the review and tabulation of the sealed and electronic bids as stated on your agenda for the purchase of the bonds. And it'd be appropriate to move on that, and then Mr. Bressler, your financial advisor, will give you his view of the market and make his recommendation as to which of the bids is the most appropriate.
Would it be appropriate for us to go ahead and move on this?
Yes, sir. You need a motion, second, and vote on this resolution.
Motion by Mr. Bullard, second by Mr. Bachhaus. Any discussion? Please vote.
turn it over to Mr. Bressler and let him give you his comments and his recommendations on the resolutions that are before you today.
Good afternoon, I'm Lee Bressler with Raymond James, your municipal advisor on this transaction. And we're very happy that, one, you got 4 bids from these 4 firms, and also that the low bid by Robert W. Baird is at 3.27. When we ran the numbers for Frank several months ago, and to be conservative, we assumed 4%. And then as of last week, we were thinking it might be able to get 3.5%, but you're really much below that, closer to 3.25 at the 3.27. We think it's a very attractive bid, and I'd like to tell you a story about the Rob Baird bid as soon as if you all decide to accept it, as far as what Frank has done to make this bid even possible. But I think it's rates are not as low as they were before the election, but certainly since the election, we've seen some improvement. And your bonds are selling at very, very low interest rates.
Mr. Bullard?
Thank you, Mr. President. What is our bond rating that was utilized in this sale?
Don't name mine, we were just reaffirmed that with Standard & Poor's. Just a few weeks ago, we went through the rating process with them again. They reaffirmed our rating and said that we were stable, very stable on all our previous bond issues. That rate remains in effect as well. And so we felt good about that. We were keeping our fingers crossed that they might bump us up to a AA, but I think we're very, very close.
The problem is you're still in the state of Louisiana, and with what's going on in Baton Rouge, it's kind of dragging everything down. So we were just happy that you maintained the rating.
Secondly, what is the coupon going to be on these bonds? Ultimate question is there going to be some premium
Yes, this is.
that you'll enjoy?
There's about $98,000 worth of premium. This is the dollar amounts of principal, and that's the coupon, the interest rate that's stated on there. But the bidder is paying above par, so they're going to be paying $98,000. And the idea, based on Frank's suggestion, was to go ahead and add that to the construction fund, as opposed to putting it in the sinking fund to pay debt service.
I'll tell you, that's one of the benefits of getting this low interest. You'll be able to put that in the construction fund, and it will not adversely affect the anticipated effects on the sinking fund. Because we were looking at 4% before, and now you receive a lesser amount. So you can add $98,000 to the construction fund, and still your total debt service won't equal what we anticipated at the time you advertised the bonds for sale.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Kelly?
If we're ready for the motion, I'd like to move that we accept the low bid of Robert Baird.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Kelly, second by Ms. Darby. Discussion? Please vote. That was item 3.02 and 3.02.
So, Mr. Osborne, should I go ahead and accept the bid on the form now?
Yes, they should take action on the resolution accepting the bid. And the resolution provides for accepting the bid of blank, and of course you fill in the Baird bid, name of the Baird company there. And the 4 bids were received, and that your financial advisor recommended the acceptance of the Baird bid, and you provide for the delivery of the bonds, and you order the deposit of the money in a construction fund, and you approve the issuance of the preliminary official statement. So it'd be appropriate for you to have a motion and second vote on that resolution.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Kelly,
Second.
second by Ms. Darby. Discussion? Please vote. Thank you, Mr. Osborne.
Oh, thank you, and the delivery of the bonds will be in New Orleans at 10 o'clock in the morning on March 30th, 2017. So you'll have money in the bank on March 30th, 2017. And congratulate you, and I'm delighted that you were able to have the successful sale.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Kelly?
Thank you, Mr. President. Do we need to hear Mr. Brewster tell us about the Baird
Yes.
story?
Yes, I would. Also, to answer your question, we now have the reoffering yields. And if you look on the following, on the right-hand column, you can see the dollar prices. Some of them are over par, over 100%, and some of them are actually slightly under par. So it's a mixture of premium and discount bonds, as well as one par bond at 100. So to answer your question, that's where the bonds are being reoffered based on those coupons. If you look at the yield, that's what the investors are getting. So they're investing from 1% to 3.65%. We got a call yesterday from, or any questions on that? Is that self-explanatory? We got a call yesterday from Robert Baird Company, and they were questioning the continuing disclosure compliance that the school board has done. And as you know, you all have 6 months to file your audit report, but unfortunately, you have to send it to the legislative auditor first before you can file it, and it always gets delayed there. But the way that Foley Udell and your finance department wrote the rule is that for some reason that the audit's not ready, then you send in the unaudited numbers, and then that means you're in compliance. And then when the audit becomes available, you send that in, as soon as possible. So they called and they went over that because they were very happy that when the audit was late, the unaudited information was filed on a timely basis so that you all were technically in compliance, because there was plan A and plan B, and either one would works. And I think that, Frank should certainly be commended for getting the unaudited ins on a timely basis, because normally you just wait for the audit and send it in late, but they may not have been able to bid with that. They need to know that you all are going to be compliant, and it was beyond your control that you couldn't have the audit, but you were able to do what you could do, and that allowed them to bid. And they talked to Foley Udell yesterday about tweaking the language to make sure it says that even though the audit was, quote, late, the filing was not late, because you could do the audit instead. So that was very impressive, very helpful. Obviously, their bid was a lot better than the other folks, and they wouldn't have been able to bid if we didn't have, one, the compliance, and two, the ability to express that more clearly in the offering statement.
Thank you. Any other comments on this? Mr. Brockhouse?
Frank, thank you for doing that. I mean, we could have lost out on some valuable percentage points interest rates, and so I hope that you're leaving a great big binder for your replacement. They're gonna have to fill some big shoes, but that's why we were glad you stayed, because these little things could have cost us, and I don't know what else is out there that could actually cost us even further down the road that you have up here in your head. So, great job. Thank you for doing that.
All right. Moving on to item 3.03, request, approval of trip requests.
And these are in order, Mr. President.
So moved. Second. Motion by Mr. Slack, second by Mr. Cheatham. Please vote. Item 4.01, announcements by Superintendent, his comments.
Okay, thank you again, Mr. Lott. Just a few announcements concerning future meetings. The next meeting of the board will be March 16th at 6 p.m. here at the Big Auditorium. Also, there will be a scholarship meeting on March 9th at 4:30 p.m. here at Big. I think we reserved the upstairs conference room for that purpose. You'll need to look over many of the applications that we have. So the upstairs conference room here, March 9th, 4:30 p.m. There will also also be a Building and Grounds Committee meeting on March 14th at 4:30 PM, here again at the big school board room. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Brings us to item 5.01. Your turn, Mr. Slack.
Motion adjourned.
Got a motion? Have a second? Ms. Darby, please vote.